Hi students, once again welcome to my online class. Today we are going to discuss the second part of the chapter of the book Behive, The Sound of Music, Class 9 CBSE. In the first part, we discussed about Evelyn Glennie, a famous percussionist who is actually deaf. And in this chapter, we are going to know more about the fame of India, the proud of India, the Bharat Ratna awardee, Ustad Bismillah Khan, the Shehnai maestro. My dear children, in this chapter, we will study about the origin of Shehnai as well as the life of Ustad Bismillah Khan. So, let's start the chapter.
Well, children, on your screens you can see the second part of the chapter, The Sound of Music, and the title is The Shehnai of Bismillah Khan. In this chapter, we will study about the origin of Shehnai, as well as we will also study about Bismillah Khan. So let's start the chapter. Emperor Aurangzeb banned the playing of a musical instrument called pungi in the royal residence, for it had a shrill, unpleasant sound. Emperor Aurangzeb banned the playing of pungi in the royal residence because it had a very high pitched and piercing sound that was not at all melodious and pleasant to hear. Pungi became the generic name for reeded noisemakers. I'll explain this portion in Hindi. ऐसे म्यूजिकल इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स जो कि बहुत हद तक आप सबने बांसुरी देखी होगी या बीन देखा होगा आपने, सपेरे बीन बजाते हैं, तो ये बीन, ये बांसुरी, ये शहनाई, ये सब जो हैं बहुत हद तक एक जैसे हैं। इन सब में आपने देखा होगा एक लकड़ी होती है पतली सी, जो अंदर से खोखली होती है, उसमें कुछ छेद होते हैं, और जब उसमें सांस फूकी जाती है तब आवाज निकलती है, तब ध्वनि उत्पन्न होती है। तो ऐसे म्यूजिकल इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स को रीडेड नॉइज मेकर्स कहा जाता है। और ऐसे जितने भी म्यूजिकल इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स हैं उन सब को पुंगी कहा जाता है, क्योंकि ये सब कहीं ना कहीं मिलते जुलते हैं, और इनका जेनरिक नेम जो है, जातीय नाम, वो पुंगी है। आई होप यू हैव अंडरस्टूड दिस पार्ट. Few had thought that it would one day be revived. Few people thought that one day this pungi would again be played in the royal residence. A barber of a family of professional musicians who had access to the royal palace decided to improve the tonal quality of the pungi. There was a barber, and he was from the family of professional musicians. And this barber had the permission to go to the royal palace. And one day he decided that he would improve the tonal quality of the pungi. He chose a pipe with a natural hollow stem that was longer and broader than the pungi, and made 7 holes on the body of the pipe. When he played on it, closing and opening some of these holes, soft and melodious sounds were produced. What happened this barber? He chose a pipe. उन्होंने एक पाइप लिया, with a natural hollow stem. Hollow means empty, जो अंदर से पूरा खोखला था. And that pipe was longer and broader than the pungi. Then he made 7 holes. You might have seen flute, bansuri, and there also so many holes are there. So in that same way, this barber, he made 7 holes on the body of that pipe, and he started playing that instrument by closing and opening some of the holes. So while doing all these things, what happened? Soft and melodious sounds were produced. He played the instrument before royalty and everyone was impressed. Then he went before the emperor and he played this instrument, and everybody was fully impressed with this beautiful sound. The instrument, so different from the pungi, had to be given a new name. So this instrument was very different from pungi. So some new name must be given. So as the story goes, since it was first played in the Shah's chambers and was played by a Nai, the instrument was named Shehnai. As it was first played in the Shah's chambers and it was played by a Nai, Nai means barber, this instrument got this name Shehnai. Sheh means Shah, Nai means barber. So this way Shehnai came into existence. I'll show you a pic of Shehnai also. You can see on your screens. This is called Shehnai. So to some extent, you can find out the similarity between Pungi as well as Shehnai. Now let's start the explanation part. The sound of the Shehnai began to be considered auspicious, and for this reason it is still played in temples and is an indispensable component of any North Indian wedding. Well, my dear children, the sound of the Shehnai began to be considered auspicious. Auspicious means shubh, something that is very favorable, बहुत ही शुभ है. So what happened? This Shehnai was played in temples, and not only in temples, it also became an indispensable component of any North Indian wedding. Indispensable means very necessary, बहुत ही आवश्यक. If you see, especially the weddings that take place in North India, Shehnai is must. In most of the marriages, you will find this music. In the past, the Shehnai was part of the Naubat, or traditional ensemble of 9 instruments found at royal court. So, my dear children, in the past, the Shehnai was part of the Naubat. What is Naubat? A term for a drum house or orchestra pit during ceremonies. उस मुगल साम्राज्य के जमाने में जो एक ऑर्केस्ट्रा ग्रुप हुआ करता था, जहां पे ढेर सारे म्यूजिकल इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स रखे जाते थे, उसमें 9 म्यूजिकल इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स हुआ करते थे और उन 9 में से एक शहनाई हुआ करती थी. और वो जगह जहां पर ये सारे म्यूजिकल इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स रखे जाते थे उसे नौबत कहा जाता था. और यहां पर 9 म्यूजिकल इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स रखे जाते थे इस रॉयल कोर्ट में, और उन 9 म्यूजिकल इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स में से एक था शहनाई. And for this reason, it is still played. Till recently, it was used only in temples and weddings. The credit for bringing this instrument onto the classical stage goes to Ustad Bismillah Khan. So far, what was happening? This Shahnai was played in temples and weddings, but Ustad Bismillah Khan, he brought this musical instrument onto the classical stage, and the credit goes to Ustad Bismillah Khan. As a 5-year-old, Bismillah Khan played Gilli Danda near a pond in the ancient estate of Dumrao in Bihar. When Bismillah Khan was 5 years old, he used to play Gilli Danda near a pond, and that was, in the ancient estate of Dumrao in Bihar. He would regularly go to the nearby Biharji temple to sing the Bhojpuri Chaitha. So what is this Chaitha? Chaitha is actually a semi-classical song, and it is sung in the Hindu calendar month of Chaith. ये जो चैथा है, ये एक सेमी क्लासिकल सॉन्ग है, और ये कब गाया जाता है? मार्च और अप्रैल के महीने में अमूमन इसको गाया जाता है. और उस समय उस्ताद बिस्मिल्लाह खान अपने घर के पास ही एक बिहारजी टेम्पल हुआ करता था, वहां पर ये जाकर भोजपुरी चैथा गाया करते थे. At the end of which he would earn a big laddu weighing 1.25 kg, a prize given by the local Maharaja. And for singing this chaitha, he would get a big laddu as a reward, and that laddu weighing 1.25 kg as a prize by the local Maharaja. This happened 80 years ago, and the little boy has travelled far to earn the highest civilian award in India, the Bharat Ratna. And that was the initial days of Bismillah Khan. But what happened later on? Later on, he earned the highest civilian award in India, the Bharat Ratna. Born on 21 March 1916, Bismillah belongs to a well-known family of musicians from Bihar. Bismillah Khan, he was born on 21 March 1916 in Dumrao, and he belongs to a well-known family of musicians from Bihar. His grandfather Rasul Baks Khan was the Shahnai Nawaz of the Bhojpur King's Court. His father Pagambar Baks and other paternal ancestors were also great Shahnai players. Means his family members, they all were musicians. His grandfather, he was the Shahnai Nawaz. His father, he was also a Shahnai player. Even the paternal ancestors, paternal means father's side, relating to father's side. And maternal, maternal, maternal means relating to mother's side. So almost everybody from father's side, they all were Shahnai players. So my dear children, today we'll stop here, and I hope whatever we have discussed you have understood very well. Now we'll come to the homework portion. Now this is the homework, you can see it on your screens. Why did Aurangzeb ban the playing of the pungi? This is the first question. How is a Shahnai different from pungi? Third question. Where was the Shahnai played traditionally? How did Bismillah Khan change this? And the fourth question. How did a reeded noisemaker get transformed to a Shahnai? So these are the questions that you are supposed to do. Once again, go through the chapter. Once again, go through whatever we have discussed. Find out the answers and please write it Any confusion? Please ask me. Thank you.
Well, children, I hope you all have understood the chapter very well. Go through the chapter once again and do your homework. Any doubts? Please ask. That was all from this video. Take care and God bless.